G'day, it's Jamie, and welcome to Where's My Yowie. Today, I'm reading an old newspaper report about Thylacines, Thylacoleos, and Yowies that were sighted in Australia in the early 1900s and before, so we'll get into it. This was published in Melbourne's The Herald on Friday, the 24th of November, 1933, titled Some Bad Beasts of the Wild Bush, Mysteries That Have Not Been Solved. Season is Here Again, by F. Howard. Somewhere in Limbo, there should be a special corner for mystery beasts and terrors of the ranges. Each year, a ghost-like menagerie of strange animals passes across Victoria, disturbing the countryside. At dusk, they buffet farmhands on lonely roads. They knock labourers from bicycles at evenfall. And in the night, they mangle chickens in the fowl yard. In the dawn, only a strange spore remains in some gully for zoologists to argue over. There is sufficient evidence to prove that these manifestations are something much more substantial than legend and hallucination. But mystery remains their supreme quality. A strange rhythm seems to rule here. About October, the reports of terrors in the ranges may be confidently be expected each year. In November and December, they are in full cry across the state, and may be even glimpsed in daylight. By April, they can be heard howling to the autumn moon. By June, only a lone set of strange pad marks indicate that a straggler is still with us. The rest have passed on to some lost world for which they will emerge again in the spring. The present season is open, with distinct promise. The first honours going to South Gippsland. The fishing townships about Corners Inlet have suffered during the winter from the invasion of their waters by giant crabs. This phenomenon aroused the interest of the whole Commonwealth and was very far from being a joking matter for the fishermen whose livelihood was jeopardised by the parasites. Then attention swung this month to the hill country about Tura, where a mystery animal resembling a lion was reported. The beast's existence was authenticated by several farmers and subsequently by local clergymen. The pad marks of the beast were found, and experts pronounced that it was neither a lion nor a lioness. The beast reappeared again in daylight on the property of a farmer in the Mount Best district, much larger than any known dog, and a light fawn in colour. It moved through the bracken by a gully, but had disappeared by the time the farmer had secured a rifle for the hunt. Parents in this district are afraid to allow their children to go to school, lest they be attacked along the way. A review of manifestations in 1932 and 1933 shows that these mystery beasts, varying considerably in appearance, have a common tendency to move on to fresh pastures once they have worked up a district to a pitch of sending out armed parties on the trail. In February of last year, it was a tiger that alarmed a youth on a bicycle at Millvale, New South Wales. In the same month, an extraordinary baffling incident occurred at Myrtleford, Victoria, when a creature attacked a man at night and tore his shirt to ribbons. This beast was described as being 7 feet high, with round hairy head and 4 tusks. It stood on 2 legs. Inquiries went out to circuses. Nowhere was there a bear or gorilla posted as missing. The Myrtleford mystery became maddening, and in a alleviative state it had to remain. The 4 tusks and the 7 foot of hairiness, taken alone, might be doubted, but who could dispute evidence of a good shirt torn to pieces? It was not long, however, before interest swung away to Tangil, where a huge cat-like terror has abroad in the mountain mining district. Grizzled prospectors took to looking under their chaff bag and sapling stretchers before retiring at night and barricading the doors of their huts. One miner stoutly refused to walk, even in daylight, the 2 miles to his claim. Armed searchers set out to track the terror. With the lack of sportsmanship which characterises the species, the terror promptly moved on. A week later, it turned up in the Trafalgar district, where it was identified as a large lion-like animal. The tireless creature, suffering no shrinkage or emancipation during its rapid journeys, made a few more fleeting appearances in eastern Victoria before vanishing for a well-earned rest in the winter quarters. So far, the hairy biped does not appear to be doing any travelling this year, and the mystery burden is being borne almost entirely by members of the cat family. In February, a large lion was reported to be roaming on the Black Ranges, near Harden, New South Wales. It was seen at dusk. A tiger mystery developed about the same time at Albion Park, New South Wales, and then Victoria came into its own with something really big. This was the production by Wedderburn of reports of a beast that left a spoor 5 times as big as that of the biggest named dog in the district. Wedderburn went further and, on testimony of a bushman who encountered the animal at the prosaic hour of 8 a.m, posted that the beast was precisely 3 feet high, red-brown in colour, and lion-like movements. Then King West came into the picture with something that had creeping ways like a tiger and looks like a puma. We are offered commonplace explanations for these things. Now and again a tiger cat is shot, and its pelt triumphantly displayed to prove the end of another mystery terror of the ranges. The crossbreeding of dogs and dingoes is referred to, and there is talk of mere common foxes appearing magnified in the mirage of Australian sunshine. But do these excuses satisfy? Certainly not. Predatory, yet pathetic, the creatures of a deeper mystery ought to exist here, even if they do not. Over the folding hills of this old tired continent at evening, when the dead white gums are pallid in the afterglow of sunset, there falls a brooding quiet to shut out the noisy fringe of settlement and city that trespass on the borders. The bush is another world at night. It gives us no friendly ghosts or apparitions. Only a mystery beast flits through the gullies, a symbol of change, of the search for the hunting grounds of a lost world that grows more elusive before onward march of man. The end. I really like that. I like the last paragraph's first 2 lines. The bush is another world at night. It gives us no friendly ghosts or apparitions. I reckon that's classic. Okay, I'll get back to this all next time. Bye.